You look at the guys that next, that you could close with, if you didn't close with Chapman. Robbie's got the most experience. Dellen's got some experience, has been throwing the ball well. So, I can look at different things. He's been scuffling, for the last 10 days, 2 weeks. And I just thought that, for us to get him on track, maybe the best way would be to move him around a little bit until he gets going. And then when we get him going, like I believe that he will get going, there's a good chance I'll put him just right back in that closer's role and manipulate the other three guys.
You just heard Joe Girardi explain his plan for the bullpen going forward. He did leave the door open, though, for Aroldis Chapman to return to the closer role if he can get back to his dominating ways. Dylan, you think he'll turn it around?
I do. I think, just like any major league player, even someone with the talent level of Aroldis Chapman, you lose your mojo sometimes. And that's what's happened with Chappie here. In 4 consecutive games, he's given up at least an earned run. A couple of those 4 games, he's given up 2 earned runs. Now has 4 blown saves on the year. And some of these are big games. Blowing a save against Boston. Even a couple of these in the last week and a half. A save against Boston, gave up an earned run, made him sweat it out. He comes in a situation that seems pretty cushy, gives up a 2-run homer to the Mets, and they wind up having to sweat out another 5-4 win. So I think I really do take Joe Girardi at face value here. Sometimes there's some manager speak, and sometimes there's actual truth. And I think there's some actual truth to what Joe is saying here. I think he wants to shuffle him around, hand him a little slice of humble pie, demote him, but also just show him a different look. And, similar to the way another one of his players, Aaron Judge, is struggling, and he gave him a day off a little while ago. You want to give him just a little different look. Shake things up a little bit. Hopefully that gets him back on track, and I think that's what he'd like to do with Chapman. As you mentioned, Robertson, Betances, they have some experience in different spots, 7th, 8th, certainly in the 9th with Robertson recently being the closer of the White Sox. Chapman's really only been a closer, so I think this is going to kind of humble him a little bit and kind of put some perspective on things, but eventually, if you want to make a playoff push with the Yankees, they're in a playoff position right now in that first wild card spot. They're trying to trace down the Red Sox in the East. You need to have defined roles in your bullpen getting into October. You can't be up in the air. So I think over the next couple weeks, he'd love Chapman to reassert himself, refine that dominance. And if he does, I think he will slide him back into the 9th inning role and then figure out, is it Robertson and Betances? It could be Betances, then Robertson.
Betances was tonight.
Yeah, Betances got the save situation tonight. I think those other guys are a little bit more flexible. Yeah. Eventually, I think he wants Chappie in the 9th again.
Yeah, Aroldis Chapman, he has a reliever record deal with $86.5 million over 5 years. Yep. This is only his first year, so the Yankees are crossing their fingers that maybe shaking things up for him will be a good thing.